Imagine this. You're a single guy, heart pounding, spotting her across the room. Beautiful, intriguing, the kind of woman who makes time stand still. You summon your courage, walk over and say hello. But in that split second, your world could shatter. One wrong glance, one misinterpreted word, and you're not just rejected, you're vilified, exposed, ruined. What if I told you this isn't paranoia? It's the brutal reality that's killing modern dating. Stick with me through these 10 eye-opening reasons, and by the end, you'll see why men everywhere are walking away from the game. You won't just understand, you'll feel the weight of it in your soul. Let's dive in. The cost-benefit breakdown that crushes hope. Deep down, every man feels that primal urge to connect, to chase the spark of possibility. But today's dating, it's a rigged casino where the house always wins. Men aren't quitting because they're spineless or lazy. No, they've crunched the numbers in their minds. Hearts heavy with resignation. The risks: catastrophic humiliation, exposure, life-altering fallout. The rewards: a fleeting chance at a date that often fizzles into ghosting. Picture your grandfather's era. A simple approach, a polite no, and life moves on. Now, one misstep and you're branded a monster. This isn't fear. It's raw, survival-driven logic screaming,
"Why play when the odds are this stacked?"
Feel that gut-wrenching realization. It's why men ghost the game before it ghosts them. The social minefield that explodes in public. Your pulse races as you approach, but in her eyes, you're already a threat. The immediate social fallout hits like a tidal wave. Visible disgust, loud shaming, friends circling like vultures to amplify the drama. Even if you're respectful, polished, genuine, you're guilty in the court of whispers. I witnessed it. A decent guy at a bar, heart open, chats briefly. She rejects him theatrically, labels him creepy to her crew. In seconds, the room turns hostile, every woman on alert. The shame burns deep, scarring your confidence, making you question your worth. It's not just rejection, it's public execution of your dignity. No wonder men avert their eyes, hearts armored. Choosing solitude over this emotional battlefield, the digital guillotine hanging over every word. In the shadows of your mind, the fear lurks. What if she pulls out her phone? 1 in 3 women films uncomfortable encounters, posting them for viral judgment, your face exposed to millions, twisted by edits that erase your politeness. A client of mine, a kind-hearted engineer, approached with grace in a bookstore, rejected nicely, or so he thought. She clipped the video, captioned it as harassment, racking up hundreds of thousands of views. His job hung by a thread, colleagues whispering HR probing. The terror? It's subjective. Your height, your vibe decides if you're charming or a creep. Feel the icy dread creeping up your spine? This digital sword slices reputations, turning innocent tries into lifelong nightmares. The brutal math that drains your soul. Numbers don't lie, they stab at your hope like daggers. An average guy must brave 20-30 approaches for one number. 100-150 for a date. But each no isn't harmless. It's loaded with peril, shaming, exposure, being ejected from spaces. Multiply that by rejections laced with venom, and the emotional toll mounts like a debt you can't pay. You're not chasing love. You're dodging landmines for a prize that's often illusory. A date with someone, juggling options, ready to vanish. The psyche screams for mercy. Why endure this grind when the payoff is crumbs? It's a heart-wrenching equation where effort equals pain, leaving men exhausted, opting for peace over this futile arithmetic. The MeToo shadow that freezes boldness. The MeToo movement struck like thunder, rightfully toppling predators and igniting justice. But the aftershocks? A chilling fog that engulfs innocent men, hearts pounding with uncertainty. Normal compliments, once kind, now trigger HR nightmares. A client at a work event said, "You look nice." Simple, sincere. She reported it as hostility. His promotion stalled, reputation tainted forever. The deep psychological wound. You're told to be bold, masculine, yet one misread signal brands you forever. Accusations need no proof. Her perception reigns supreme, rewriting history years later. Feel the paralyzing conflict? It's a soul-crushing bind, forcing men to retreat, protecting their futures from this unintended storm. The impossible catch-22 that traps your spirit. Society whispers, "Be confident, approach her." yet screams, "Unwanted attention is assault." How do you know it's welcome before trying? You can't. It's a psychic riddle that twists your mind into knots. A client smiled at a gym crush for weeks, signals mutual. They dated briefly, ended amicably. Months later, she claimed harassment, banning him without a word. The agony? You're damned if you act, damned if you don't. This mental torture erodes your essence, leaving a hollow shell where desire once burned. Men aren't cowards. They're philosophers in pain, realizing the only escape is abstaining from this cruel paradox. The attractiveness lottery that shatters fairness. Deep in your core, you know it's true. The same words from a tall, handsome stranger, confident, sexy. From you, creepy, invasive. It's not behavior, it's the genetic draw you can't rig. Experiments prove it. A 6'2" charmer nails 60% success. His 5'7" twin, identical script, scrapes 5%. The sting? You're prejudged, erased before speaking, soul aching from this shallow verdict. Women deny it, but the pattern screams hypocrisy, fueling resentment that simmers like fire in your veins. Why risk your heart when the game judges your bones, not your character? It's a psyche-deep injustice that drives men to the shadows. The visceral hostility that wounds like blades. Approaches once met with polite no thanks, now unleash theatrical disgust, eye rolls, loud "you," faces twisted in performative revulsion. A man in a coffee shop, voice steady with vulnerability. "I'd love to chat sometime." Her reply? A broadcasted sneer, humiliating him before strangers. This isn't rejection, it's punishment, a soul-searing assault on your humanity. Programmed to see most men as threats, women wield hostility as a shield, but it carves deep scars in those daring to connect. Feel the burning shame? It's why men armor up, hearts guarded, preferring isolation to this emotional flaying. The delusional standards that mock reality. Entitlement echoes in every profile. Average women demanding elite men, tall, wealthy, flawless, while offering little in return. A 36-year-old client, burdened by debt and unremarkable life, insisted on a 6-figure prince, raging at suggestions of self-reflection. The mismatch? It dooms approaches, hearts sinking as men spot the hypocrisy, single moms shunning dads, unfit demanding fitness. This psyche-shattering delusion breeds futility. Why pursue when you're settling in her eyes? Men awaken, souls weary, choosing self-worth over chasing illusions that belittle their value. The approach, fatigue that leads to liberation. After hundreds of blows, something snaps, not bitterness, but a profound liberating clarity. Rejection you can take, being villainized for trying, it hollows your spirit. Clients logged 400 attempts, emerging scarred but wise. Mental health trumps this toxic chase. Dating apps promise salvation but delivered invisibility. Thousands swiped. Pennies in matches, souls drained by algorithms. Social media floods women with validation, rendering your real-world try irrelevant. Legal traps loom. Follow-ups become stalking, kisses reframed as assault. The cumulative weight. Men choose peace, hearts mending in solitude. It's not defeat, it's empowerment. A deep psychic shift where self-love triumphs over a broken system. And until fairness returns, they're free, unburdened while the market crumbles.